all the guys were early, and I'm actually late again. I'm sorry about that. Bit of paperwork to do and all that. I've been very busy this week. So today we've got our guest today. We've got Alex from the Adventure of Lear Review.
Evening, folks.
We've got Jerry from the Flat Cap Cafe Racer. Hello, Jerry. We've got Steve from Dorset Rider. And we've got Nige from Tojj29. I was going to mention you first, Nige, but I thought with you being down there, I'll mention you at the end.
Yes, I'm down in the basement.
It doesn't matter whether you get mentioned at the beginning or the end. It doesn't really matter.
You're in the soggy basement, you and Steve.
Yeah, we're in the soggy basement. Yeah.
That's where we belong.
I'm still trying to start up my computer and things like that, so if I'm a bit distracted, it don't matter. This week, I've been quite busy this week. Has anybody's been watching my channel? Does anybody watch my channel? Probably not.
Yeah.
The old
Have
one,
you got a channel, Joe?
Yeah, the odd. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah. Are you not subscribed? You're not subscribed yet? Good evening, Andy. Oh, he's in Fusen, Bulgaria, Germany. I saw him the other day on Red Bombs Live. Did you see him? He was in his hotel room and he was chatting away. I found that live very entertaining, actually. It was very interesting. Something. Good evening, very strange bikers. Moto Tour Islands here. And I'm still starting to do it. I just want to first off say thanks to you guys here for helping me out with my getting my video right, the sound and things like that, because obviously you have a bit of input. You know a bit more about the volumes and the settings and the videos and stuff. And the comments have been really, really helpful. So thank you very much for all that. And
it sounded good from what I could hear. Looks like you got it set just right.
Yeah, and it's good that when you put a video out like that and people make comments and they say what it's really like, if they don't like it or like it, honest opinions is what you need, really, isn't it? Really.
I just couldn't hear your bike at all.
Yeah, I've had a couple of comments saying that, saying the bike was not loud enough.
But some bikes aren't very loud anyway, so
it's a quiet bike. The bike is a quiet bike. It seems to be. You can hear it when you're pulling away. But when
you gas it up, you can hear it.
Oh yeah, I can hear it when you rev it up and take it down the road. But as soon as you get up to speed, it's like the sound disappears. And I don't think there's any way you can actually.
I don't think you can do much with that.
No.
Have you got noise reduction on the mics?
Not on the back one, no. On the front one, I have.
What about low cut or anything like that?
Low cut is off on everything. I think I took your, or was it Howie said he doesn't use the low cut on his. The main problem I was having was most of it was in stereo. As soon as I put it to manual or mono, like you suggested, that made the mile of difference. Mile of difference that did. Then all that is the volume.
I'm sure Howie said if you're going to record voice audio, you're better off having it in mono as opposed to stereo.
It was Lear Review.
Oh, was it? Sorry, Al.
Was it you? It was.
Sorry, I don't speak Norwegian, so I didn't know what you said then.
We've got Picos Paul here. Good evening, Picos Paul, and good evening, Balatron. And Bleary Extra's here as well. Hello, Bleary Extra.
Never heard of him.
Now, we've got all the, before we go any further, we've got all the channels in the bottom on this banner going across the bottom of the screen. If you want your channel in the bottom there, you've got to give us a shout out in the chat on the side. Give us a link and we'll stick it in there to any regulars who want to come on. Monkeywood Garage has got a bit of advice here coming through. I'm not putting comments up here, am I? Where's my comments? Let me start clipping some comments up here. I'll go through. Oh, there. I'm getting into the rhythm again. Monkeywood Garage says, I always switch to mono anyway, as unless your mic is central, listening back hurts your lugs and just doesn't seem right. It definitely doesn't record right. I know that for sure, because I've been trying it over the past. It's took me a couple of weeks to do that, to be honest.
I watched a video from a sound engineer, and he said that you record it in mono every time.
Yeah, because stereo is if you're in a bigger place, aren't you? If you've got just your hat and there's no difference, why would you want stereo anyway? Unless you're recording lots of music or something.
I don't know. I don't know. It just if that guy reckoned it was the best thing to do, we've got enough trouble without introducing things that
Yeah.
that's not.
Yeah, it's a hard task though, isn't it? It's not very easy. You know, you see the people like yourselves who've got the videos and it's just about right. And I was wondering where you, Lee Cameron, good evening. I was wondering where you put your microphone on yours, Alex.
Right in
Where's your
front of the
microphone?
door.
For the engine. Do you have one or not?
No,
No, you don't have another one, no?
just one. There's a couple of things that apply to the audio in post, but it's just click and on. And I'm using a different software now, but it does the same thing. It just enhances the voice. And I've got a bass setting that can up the bass, but I don't always use it. It all depends. But I seem to get enough engine noise.
Yeah.
Like I said to you in the post, Joe, different devices have different audio playback, whether it's a phone or a tablet or a computer or whatever, and they all sound different. TVs are rubbish for reproducing proper sound.
That's something I never even thought about on videos. I thought, hang on, once the sound's right, it's right on everything you would have thought, but
That,
I wonder how many people think that.
and it's the same with picture quality. The 360, the X2 looks okay on the smaller screen, but as soon as you stick it on a big screen or a computer screen, it doesn't look so good. It's just age.
Right, I've missed quite a few comments off there. Sorry about that.
I was just looking at what Ron had said. He said, "What do I do?" Because at least on one of the videos, he had me coming out of one speaker or in his one ear, and Steve out the other. The thing with the 5 Pro, if you're using the 2 mics, which obviously I use the one in my helmet to record me, the mic 2 I'm recording the comms. So I'll come out one speaker, the comms will come out the other, unless you actually make the point of going in at the beginning and changing it to mono, then it will come out of both. As a default, when you fire up those 2 mics, it puts it on separate channels, unless you actually go in and change it, I think.
Is there a new mic coming out, a mic 6 or something?
No, the mic 3, it was leaked, wasn't it? And they've
Yep.
actually got the listing on an online retailer. They've actually got their listing there ready to release. They're saying the 29th of July for the 360 camera and the mic 3. And it basically looks...
It's small, isn't it, even?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of in the ilk of the mic mini, but hopefully with all the gubbins that the mic 2 does.
So
But
if you...
it's down the price, isn't it?
I heard the Mic 6 is coming out in 3 years' time, Joe.
I won't be...
Buying that as well.
I won't be buying any more, because if I've got one that works, I ain't going to buy another one.
No,
Why would I
no.
change the microphone from a mic
all-
2?
What you all need to do is right before the trip, get all new camera and all new microphones, and that will be hilarious to watch.
But I never set them up
You'll never get anything, Jerry. We'll be too much faffing about.
Oh, you guys are going to lose an hour every day.
At least an hour.
Well, I think...
Cardio, radio off.
We didn't have any of that today, did we, Steve?
To be fair, it was quite a laid back
Yeah.
day, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think talking about on the tour we're going to have the only way we can do that so far is by having 2 separate conversations going, I think, isn't it? Because you're going to have the Cardo group and you're going to have the Senna group, aren't you? I think that's the only way you can
Not
do it.
link Senna and Cardo via Bluetooth, or does that not work?
I mean, we could all go Bluetooth, couldn't we?
Would it be simple and it won't cause any issues like breaking down and things like that? Because the last
You
thing
wish.
is half. You don't want to be riding along and it suddenly goes off and things like that, do you?
I just wonder which one of you guys are going to get strangled first.
If it's not the audio quality, it'll be what's being spoken about.
We know what's going to be spoken
To
about.
be
Ryan's
fair-
gonna complain about the jazz, right?
Yeah.
On the jazzes. Then he's going to cuss about some of the drivers, because I usually could get one time I got 3 minutes in one of Nigel's videos before he complained about a driver.
Wait for the next one because Nigel was very, very well behaved today.
Really?
Wasn't I?
Were you on drugs or something?
He didn't
Exceptional.
mention
The
he
old
didn't mention the J word once. I'm not even going to say the J word, and he
no,
didn't swear all day.
not one.
Oh, I got to see that video. You know,
Not
I,
one.
I,
I doubled up
I
on me
thought I was
Ritalin.
riding with someone different.
That's because the radios weren't working.
Monkeywood, Monkeywood Garage has a good comment. He says Ricardo and Senna will link up. He's done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it link up, but he says it will work.
You do it with Bluetooth, Joe. I've done it with Grey Wolf. He's got Cardo radio off, and I've got Senna. So they do work. Right,
Whoever's going to rent
the secret's going to be, I think, Nigel, Wade, Steve, you at the back, and me and Joe stuck in the middle. And
Just follow.
that way, we'll kind of keep the range down, because it's when you open the range up on those Bluetooth devices that things go pear shaped.
Yeah.
But if I ride behind as a sweeper, if I need to say anything, I can just pull up alongside and shout, can I, like the old days?
Wave frantically, flash the lights.
Does that mean we won't have to worry about navigation because it'll be all controlled by Nides going on the front and you make sure we don't turn off on the back? It'll be simple. We can have an easy ride.
If it plays up like it did today with, it wasn't my route app, it was the phone signal, wasn't it, Steve? We went through an area where there was no data signal at all with Vodafone, and the My Route app just froze, which is fine today because we knew where we were. But if we get that in that Lake District, the Dales or the Kilda Forest or whatever, I think we'll be you'll hear some swearing then, I reckon.
Well, we're gonna have another person type on the floor by the looks of it. Slowbo saying he's gonna rent a Honda
He's going
Jazz.
to come round in a Jazz.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine?
Joe,
It's not a mile away.
that link I sent you lot this morning with the 360, the leaked one, and the Mic 3s.
Yeah.
Are you able to get that up on screen? Was it Drone XL, wasn't it? No, not Drone X. Was it Drone XL?
I can't get it on my computer because it was sent onto the mobile, wasn't it?
Yeah, hang on. I'm sure it was Drone XL.
I sent you another video when the
I was watching it. Oh, here you go.
Well, Andy's saying the Senna's rubbish, basically.
Yeah, it depends
Drone
what you do
XL.
with it. If you use the Senna to listen to your music and rarely connect to other riders, it's absolutely fine. But
Yeah,
it's definitely cardio is good for your mesh.
So that's what has been leaked, and this bloke that's leaked it apparently he always gets it right. So that's obviously they've been saying that for ages, that's going to be the form of the DJI 360. It'll use the same batteries as the 5 Pro, the 4, and what have you. But they're saying it's that shape to stop it overheating. It dissipates the heat better. But this is the Mic 3s, apparently.
they look the same.
Well,
They've got a place for store the magnets. That's the only thing I can see different.
yeah, but look at the size of them. That's DJI mic size, isn't it, virtually?
Oh yeah, it's that
Or
size magnet,
possibly
isn't it?
between the two.
Yeah, a bit smaller.
I
But
don't
just
know.
small.
That's the specs that this. I mean, what they found is an online shop that has uploaded this to their website, ready to go. So they're saying 8K, 1-inch sensors, which is better. They've been crying out for that for a while, haven't they?
Yeah.
UHD. Obviously, with this, it's not going to work with the DJI original wireless mics. That's the Adventure combo that you get, and it's got the invisible selfie stick in the Adventure. But I think the mics are. Oh, you can buy that as well, which is that'll extend your battery life to 3 hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the normal standard thing. So you'll get I presume, just the one battery.
Yeah. It does look a chunky monkey, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And this is the mics. Look at the size of them.
Yeah.
Like a little pill, aren't they?
But I'm assuming this is DJI mic mini size with all of the bits, internal recording and everything that the mic 2s have. Because I mean, if you look, that picture on the left, I mean that to me looks a lot more complicated than the mic minis, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if they've sorted out when you press it to Bluetooth. No, when you change the noise cancelling on, that green light goes to like a yellowy green. It's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, well, it does on the 2s, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if they made that better because it's hard to see that. I've had a few difficulties with that.
The thing I've found with the noise cancelling is that if you set it in the camera, it automatically turns it on. You don't have to think about it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, mine does. Yeah.
Oh, well, mine won't link to the camera anyway.
Oh, you've not got a DJI. That's what it is. Oh, right, of course.
I've only got half a setup.
That's what I said about
If nice
compatibility.
buys a new 360, he'd be selling some DJIs, wouldn't he?
Here's
Pick one up
a
cheap.
spot of luck. They're releasing it on my birthday by the look of it. There's a spot of luck.
It is a spot of luck, isn't it? Eh? What you need is some nice people to buy you one.
I think you should buy it for your own birthday present.
He's already had permission.
I know, yes, we have.
Why don't you pre-order it? She said.
How much is it? Do you know?
No, we don't know how much it costs.
We don't know. It's only a few £100 in it.
I've got sort of tentative go ahead.
Yeah. Just want to buy it anyway, don't you? Really?
Yeah. I'll have it for our tour, definitely. I love the 360 camera. I think it's a brilliant thing.
I just hope that they're going to have an easy way of editing it, because I mean, I used to do my editing, having to edit that and then bring that into the other edit and then edit it again.
Yeah, I don't know. The 360 video's a different format, isn't it? It's not. But we'll not know until we see it.
No, I mean, I'd say it's a leak, and he has been right in the past on multiple times with them. But we won't know till it comes out, will we?
No. Well, I used the 360 camera all the way up through Holland, Germany, and Denmark, but I kind of never really used it when I was on Norway. I used the DJI 4.
Have you ever used a 360 camera, Jerry? Or have you just had?
Yeah,
you have used a 360. Have you got one?
Yeah, I got an X2.
Oh, you have, yeah. The X2.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be upgrading?
No.
No.
I still have a Hero 2.
Oh yeah. As long as it does the thing is, I think with cameras and things, as long as it does the job and it hasn't got anything really special that you want that will improve anything, why would you upgrade?
I get, because Nige and Alex were kind of pioneers in this. They really
They want the
spend
best.
a lot of time and effort, and you can tell the difference between what they do and what I do, as far as sound and picture quality. But to me, I have a hard enough time just trying to figure out what I'm doing with what I have.
Me as well. Yeah.
I understand about half of what you guys are saying about all this stuff. So, if I was 10 years younger, yeah, I might be into it a little bit more.
Yeah, well, Strange Fruit Biker 20 said he's on the night shift and he's managed to pop in for a while. I hope he's not going to get into trouble for watching the stream.
Leanne that came in the comments just now, that's Wayne's missus. So I just said to him, she's here keeping an eye on us.
Ah, welcome, Leanne.
And Leanne rides a bike too. She's Honda Hornet 750.
Oh, yeah, lovely bike. Yeah.
We do need supervision, don't we?
I think everybody, well, when there's got a lot of temptation around, like these cameras and this, that, and the other, I think everybody needs supervision, don't they? The money's in the bank, you're going to buy one, aren't you?
Because Paul says he's got he still wants to buy a Hero 2 Black. I don't think you can find one.
No, he still also has his Hero 2 Black.
Oh, he still has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I borrowed the X2 from Nige, I found it really difficult at first I really got a bit hacked off with the double editing. I really wasn't sure how to use it. And it's taken me a year to really get to something, a format that I like with it. Now, my last video, the castle one, that was entirely on the X2, right? And that's the format I like using on it. So I do the editing on that, and that works for me. But it takes a long time for you to get to a style that you're happy with. And so I would say to Picos, Paul, just keep at it, Paul.
Yeah.
Just keep using your X3, and eventually you'll get a format and a layout that works for you, and you'll soon get it. You'll soon
in terms of
get
getting
really
subscribers and viewers, that makes a little difference, but I don't think it makes a lot of difference. I've seen a lot of videos that the guys don't do very, even compared to mine, don't do very well quality wise, but their content is so good and they're so likable that they get subscribers hand over fist.
Yeah. I think the video is not everything. It's the personality sometimes that people, isn't it?
I think the personality is probably a lot of it.
It's a lot of it. Yeah. Anyway, if anybody's got any cameras going spare, Howie's saying who's selling all the cameras at the end of the month.
Yeah, Howie's always selling.
Yeah,
Howie and Nige are always selling cameras.
Yeah.
I haven't got as many as Howie's got.
Instead of selling them, what you should do is to put more cameras on your motorbike. Get every single view. That's what
I don't think Howie could put a whole bunch of stuff on his bike. When he gets a ham radio on there, he's pretty much.
Oh yeah, blimey!
Right.
That's one bloke who should never be let loose with a 360 camera. Is Slowbo. You can see him from the front, see his ass crack from the back, all sorts.
He says minimum. He's done. To me, he's a case where he's done really. His subscribers, viewers, really went up. He's really taken off, and I'd say most of that is his personality.
Yeah, definite.
Yeah.
Because he can go through. The thing is, he can go through.
Virus, does he? Sorry, Joe. I'm saying he hasn't got the woke virus.
No, he doesn't. Most people can't speak what they're thinking at the time they're thinking it, but he does a good job of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're better not doing that, Jerry.
Well, for me,
I know someone that's had no trouble doing that.
Yeah. There are some people who can talk about anything for like hours and hours and not even and have something else to say. There's other people like me. I can't do that. I have to think about what I want to say, and I forget what I'm going to say. When I know what I'm going to say, but I say the wrong things, which buggers it all up.
Well, I mispronounce things and say the wrong words all the time. And occasionally, more occasionally than not now, often I look at something and I go, I know the word for that, but I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Like we were doing a video with Mr. Bill. We were just talking about the steering dampener. And he looked at the steering dampener. He just said it 5 minutes ago, and he couldn't remember the word.
He said to you, didn't he? What's that called?
What's that called? And he's the engineering type, isn't he? But it just
Bill?
disappears.
No.
It just disappears out of your head.
He's a clever bloke, though, isn't he?
He is for doing what he does.
I don't want to comment.
Well, he stripped that Rocket 3 engine down, didn't he? He took the Rocket 3 engine apart and put all the pistons in and everything else and put it all back together.
He put about 6 gallons of oil in it, putting it together. I mean, but everything he did, he slathered about a quart of oil on. Everything.
But he's very particular, isn't he?
Well, he took a year and a half to do it. Yeah.
So Teacher on a Bike, he's saying he's editing the 360 on DaVinci. I don't know what... that's just software, isn't it, I suppose? You can
you can put the 360 footage straight into that, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, I can't do that. I have to make an MP4 file for it.
Yeah. But is that as easy as actually using an iPad like Howie does? He said you can use an iPad and just play the video back and move the iPad around and it records it, doesn't it?
Howie makes stuff looks pretty easy, I think he makes hard things look pretty easy.
Yeah, because he's good. He knows these technicals. Because he's got a lot of gadgets to play with, isn't he? Gadget man.
he does, and he's a gadget guy, and I think Nige is a closet gadget guy.
I've got to have something to moan about.
You know,
Forced.
I like to listen to you guys do this. You and Steve are out riding, whatever, and you're going through these things. I know you're going to spend about 30% of the video talking about communications and trying to keep your cardio from going to the radio mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one good thing where he's on about changing to the mic 3s now. I was just going to say, pretty happy now with how we've got with recording the comms, because at least now you can hear it fairly clearly. Well, that's until Steve gets his adventure helmet perfect, wasn't it, Steve? And then he goes back to his old helmet. And today I said, "Have you moved your mic?" He said, "No, I've gone back to my old helmet."
Yeah.
So
in my defence, I've got an abscess which is affecting my ear, so I had to change helmets because it's bigger.
Yeah.
So, I have moved the mic to the centre, and it's a lot better in it.
Well, you didn't tell
the
it, did you?
first half of the day.
But doesn't it seem like if you got multiple helmets, doesn't it seem like the most comfortable helmet you have is also the worst one for recording?
Yeah.
I got a real nice helmet for riding in the summertime. It's really nice, feels nice, but you cannot. It sounds like a windstorm in there.
Yeah.
We've got Dylan just arrived.
Oh, Dylan.
Welcome, Dylan.
Hello, Dylan.
We're discussing the technical.
Dylan's up there on the. He's up there with Joe on the count for the winning the prize.
Oh yes, we've got. You're doing a little gift on it. You haven't got the prize yet. There's
No, I got all 67 entries in here.
all the tickets in there.
And 10 of them are yours, Joe.
Who's going to be picking the number out? Do you know? Are you going to have a celebrity?
My place? There's no celebrities at my team.
Yeah.
No, I have somebody pick it out. If I picked out one right now, what do you think? Who's it going to be?
I would say teacher on a bike.
Oh no, he doesn't even have. I don't think he's got any in here.
I can't remember anybody else who's done it.
Daniel Griffiths. But I just did a pick this other day, just playing around with it, and your name come up twice, Joe.
It's the fun of it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who wins. It's the fun of it, and it's just something to get. It's a nice thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't, Steve. You're not entered, man. You need to get entered.
You're going to get some of them. Hey,
if I enter now and win it, it's going to be fixed, isn't it?
No.
Go and watch.
It's going to be. I want to have somebody pick us out. I changed my mind how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to have one from the United States and one from UK. I just put them all together, and I'll pick out two.
Yeah.
But
Alex
is in there. He's got quite a few entries in there. But Joe,
I watch all your videos, Jerry.
Yep.
You and Dylan are right up there together.
And Alex must be there as well because he watches every single video. I know that.
He does, but he doesn't say I like winning every single.
Oh, he does. He just doesn't. He will do.
He makes comments. He makes comments. You always start off with I like to win.
I try my best. I try to sort of, instead of saying I like to, and I say I'd like to win something else, or I put it in as like a word, as if I'm saying something about it, if you know what I mean.
Yes, you're very clever where you do this stuff. I'm thinking about one more other prize to do, but I have to think about it a long time because it's a lot of money.
Oh, you can't have. Oh, you don't do that.
Be careful.
Is Dylan there? Did I see? Am I missing the chat? Is Dylan now coming on?
Yeah, you said you got room for one more, so I've put the link up if you want to click on it, Dylan.
We certainly have. We've got room.
There he be.
There he is.
Right. I presume you've met Dylan, Jerry, on the stream before.
Oh, yeah.
On the stream.
I follow his channel.
Hello, Dylan.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Dylan. Joe, it's not to be missed. There's 3 NT 1100 riders on the channel now.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, but who has the newest one, Dylan?
Yeah. How are you getting on with it? All right.
Yeah, I'm just about to hit 3,000 kilometers on it.
Ooh.
How's the sound coming through on your rear exhaust?
Yeah.
Hey,
I've another video kind of ready to go, but the sound is still horrendous, so it's just no sound. So I just have to do the waffle track, which won't take me long.
yes.
And then I'll throw it up because I've interspersed a few photos from the trip we did last weekend, and it's mostly actually shots my wife took from her phone off the back of the bike, because the stuff that the camera on the front recorded was all just a boring kind of miles munching down there. The good stuff up through the glens, and when we got mad foggy through the Caha Pass on the Wild Atlantic Way, it never recorded that. So I don't know if it was a heat thing or just a battery gone thing. So the stuff I would have actually liked, it wasn't there. So it's all just.
Well, you do know, Dylan, very shortly there's going to be a raft of cameras available everywhere when people buy these new Instas and things like that, 360 cameras. So keep an eye out,
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. I'll try and get myself one of these DJI Action 5s, I think, is what I'm going to go for. But like I said, if something else newer comes out in the future, I'm torn up second hand, I'll take one of them. That'll do me.
Yeah.
You'll find the best ones of those to go for is the one with a crack in the back screen.
Like this one here, you mean?
By any chance, would it?
No, like this one here.
Well, I've got a crack.
Yeah.
It did. The one time that I used it as a rear facing to face back to me, and I thought, oh, I need to get those protective Gorilla Glass lens covers. So when I got back, I'd say I'd had it facing me all day on that ride. I got home, I went straight on, and I ordered 3 sets, one for each of the cameras. I mean, they were, I don't know, it was only about £4 a set, if that, £3. And ordered 3 sets. And then when I was took the SD card out to transfer the footage, I noticed the back screen had a big crack right across it.
Bloody hell.
But no doubt to get it repaired is going to cost a fortune. But I mean, it works fine. I've stuck the Gorilla Glass protective lens over the top of it, so hopefully no water's going to get into it.
Yeah, that would be your only real concern with the crack is water ingress, because I'm sure it doesn't affect the quality or.
No. I say it's just the back screen, but even the touch screen function's still there. It works fine.
That's the main thing, isn't it? Go on, carry on, Dylan.
I was out yesterday for a couple of hours with Dave from Wheelie Good TV, because he got one of the bike shops near us has agreed to loan him bikes for a week or two to do the odd review, and the first one he got was an NT1100, so we went out for a spin together. So I think that'll be up on his channel in a couple of weeks. So he said that'll be good crack. But yeah, nice roads, nice. But he got the manual one. I think was the one the shop had available to use, because seemingly all we're getting here in Ireland is either the manual or the ES model. But the ES model seemed to be like hen's teeth. I seem to be lucky enough to have gotten one of the first ones in the country. We wouldn't be a big.
We've lost your sound, Dylan. For some reason, your microphone's been unplugged.
I stood on it.
I was going to say, you tugging on your wire.
This is the sort of stuff you have to put up with, Terry.
So well behaved all day.
Andy's back. I don't know where he's been, but he's back. Even with room service. He's got room service, maid service, and everything where he is.
Oh yes, he 4-star minimum in it with Andy.
Goes posh, doesn't it? Hey. God, when he was on that stream, on Red Bomb stream, I forget the guy he was talking to. I forget the name of the guy I was talking to, but he was in this like room, and it had a window in it, and they were on about bed bugs and this, that, and the other. And he was on about his jacuzzi and everything else, and it was funny as hell. It was. You want to watch that one? Brilliant. It was a good one. That one.
If you're looking to get a mic 2, Dylan, for your bike, a set of 2, I know a man who can make you a rather nice enclosure for the back one.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it works.
As long as it fits an NT1100, I'm okay.
Oh, it does.
It's already on an NT1100.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I watched your new video out today, Joe. That was
specifically designed. I've done one for the little 125 as well, and I've got some other mods I'm going to do.
How's that fixed on, Joe? Is it, have you like Sugrued it in there, or?
No, the actual box I've made is fixed on with the tape. You know, the
Oh, the 3M.
3M tape.
Yeah.
Printed on that, and it sticks perfectly. And then the mic goes in it and sticks in with a magnet. But on the I didn't have any magnets left for the CB125 one, so I've made the
Sell
same
you one.
box. Pardon?
I can sell you one.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm tight. I'm too tight. So what I did, 3D printers can do anything. So what I've designed is another type of clip, and what it is, it's a clip that you can clip onto a bike, and you can attach the mic to by just clipping it on, and the 6 pins that are on the actual mic bracket clip onto. If you can imagine a flat like that, and you clip the mic on, the 6 pins fit into the 6 holes that's on this little bit of plastic sticking out, and it will never come off.
The locks in, yeah.
So
When we was in Normandy, I lost my magnet for my mic.
Yeah.
And I managed to find them on First for Magnets. I got a pack of 10 for about 10 quid.
That's not bad, is it? Yeah,
So I've got a spare if you want.
I've got around that once. I've printed a box, but yeah, it can. I'll probably order some. If that cheap, it's probably just order a box and at 10 you've got them in it. Come in handy.
Strangely enough, Steve, I've lost a magnet on mine as well.
No,
Yeah. Well, I think they hold something. Vertical hold is something like a kilo.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty strong.
They're bloody good. Yeah, they're very good. Yeah.
What I'd like to know is how can you lose a magnet? Because the magnets will either be on the metal, stuck, and they're pretty solid. They don't come off anything, do they?
Yeah, they will.
Somebody gave me some magnetic tape to put into my crash helmet.
Oh, that's
Good
good.
stuff.
Is it good stuff or?
Oh, superb stuff.
When I pulled it off, I think it must have slipped off by accident.
Yeah, you can pull the magnets off. It's not hard.
Sorry, Nige.
Can you
You know
I
connect?
have to say though, don't believe a word Steve says. He told me it was going to be sunny when we sat out in that garden.
Oh, it looks sunny. The rain looked really sunny.
You're going to
All
say
you need to do is edit out 20 minutes, and it was perfect sunshine today.
were you going to say something, Jerry, regarding the mics?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. It's you know those little gray foam pieces you get with a battery when you buy a new battery.
Mm-hmm.
You put in to kind of size up and make sure it doesn't. I put one of those into my back fender and use some duct tape. My microphone never falls off.
Oh, that's clever. Yeah,
It never falls off. A magnet never fails.
no, that's true.
Neo, God.
Now it doesn't look as nice as yours does, though, Joe.
But if you're using a mic too, can you connect them via a cable to a like? Do they have a cable connector? Or are they only wireless?
3.5 jack plug. If you want to, what do you mean? For power?
Oh,
Or
well, no. The little camera that I have, if I don't want to spend any money because I'm nearly as tight as Joe, is it has it has the 2 USB style connectors on it, like the old style and the C style. So if I was able to connect the mic with a USB cable to the camera, I could then get one of those chin mounts and just mount it on the front of the helmet, because I could just get a short cable and feed the mic in front. And then later on, when I get another camera, the mic too would work, obviously wirelessly with that. But I haven't looked at one close enough. They don't show you.
Well, the mic too.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a USB.
There's no USB on it. There's USB, but I'm not sure if you can't plug the mic into that.
That might be charge only.
It's
I
the
think
3.5
that charge and data transfer.
Yeah, the camera I have doesn't have that little 3.5 jack.
Doesn't
So
have
it's
that,
just
I
a
think
little.
you can get a USB C to 3.5 mil cable, but I'm not sure how well that works.
Yeah. Well, at
What
the minute,
camera is it you've got, Dylan?
oh, it's just called. I think it's called a Casso or it's a little.
Oh yeah,
My
Casio Brave and all that lot.
Yeah, it's a 7,000 Pro or something.
But,
My kids got it for me for Father's Day. It's a nice little thing, and I like.
I mean, that USB socket on the side of the camera, then is that wired for just power, or is it wired for mic as well?
I'm not 100%. You don't get a massive amount of paperwork with it. It's one of them. I haven't used either because you get 2 batteries with it, and you get a little box to charge those. So I charge them separately. It has its own built-in mic, but all it and you can go into very limited settings and change it to a external mic. So I think it must be one of those two connectors, because the only connectors on it are a USB-C, and what was the older style? I just call it PlayStation 4 connector with a
Oh
loop
yeah.
at the bottom and flat on top.
Because I
Uh,
mean, we had
But you
this for when the Action 3 first came out. They didn't do a mic adapter initially, and that was a USB C. So this is from a Samsung phone, and I used this for a while, and it was really good. You know, when you get your Samsung phone or whatever, you get your earphones with a microphone.
mm,
All I did was chop the earbuds off and just left the microphone, and that plugged straight into the camera,
yeah,
and it was brilliant.
I'll look for an adapter or something like that. If
Hey,
it, if it
don't,
just runs a 3.5 off the
Dylan,
two.
don't waste your time. I've had one, and well, I've had a couple of them, and I've tried everything under the sun to get it to work. They require a Castle microphone that you can't get in.
There's that.
Oh right, yeah, fuck it then.
Right.
Pardon my French, like. No, it
Yeah.
might be cheap enough, but if I'm not going to be, no, I've gotten it now, so the quality of the picture isn't terrible, and when it's recording, it's not bad. It's just all as soon as you go 3 kilometers or more, all you're getting is that's all you hear for the whole trip.
Mike,
Because
have you got?
yeah,
Good evening, Tolga, by the way.
I've got one of them. Because when we were out at the trip and we stopped at one point, and because I didn't turn the camera off, like the sound quality is fine. We can hear ourselves waffling away about whatever it was we were talking about when we stopped. But it's like that. The minute you start driving, it's just wind, 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 wind. So
The picture's okay, but the audio is shockingly bad. But then
yeah,
it's quite an early camera, isn't it? And
yeah, and it's cheap. I was like the kid. I wouldn't expect the kids to fork out hundreds on a bloody fancy camera. You know, just and it's recorded some stuff. But like I said, it just so happened the time it worked and recorded, it's just all the really boring dual carriageway sort of road stuff. And I even went through all, and for some reason, you only get about 17 minutes at a go before it overheats and knocks itself off. And I've gone through the 3 or 4 clips that I got over the weekend, and there's not a single interesting thing in that. You know, it's just all either motorway or dual carriageway, or there's no there's not none of the. We were up in the Burren up in and we were up in a couple of different. So when we actually got into the interesting kind of scenic stuff, it had obviously knocked itself off by then.
Hey, Dylan, I found that people find it very interesting when you fall off the bike.
I'll try
It's
that
a
now. Chase
bestseller, isn't it?
clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'll try and skip on that one.
There's a question there. If you're doing videos and you're doing, say, long journey videos, I know you've done one recently, Nigel, when you did the tour with Boots on Tour. A lot of that roads was like long roads, wasn't they? And obviously, you don't want to be having a video with miles and miles of road. But what you did you sort of chopped it just little bits and little bits, and it makes it so you get the idea of you moving from one place to another place to another place without having everything in between, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, a bit of an idiot to myself. I bought the remote control so I could turn both cameras on and off, and just put them on as and when I wanted them. I don't. I still turn them on when I leave, and I turn
And
them
just
off when I get there.
record everything. Yeah.
So I got like, I mean, you were saying earlier, Joe, when you're on thinking in your comments, you'll be able to power your cameras, get a big SD card, and just leave them running.
That's my
I
plan.
mean, that's what I do. They've got 512 gig cards in them, and they just record from the minute we go.
You've got 8 hours of footage to go through, haven't you?
But there's absolutely loads of it.
You must
I
like
try and
editing.
be very selective
No,
and turn mine on and off, so I've got less work to do.
Yeah.
Some people use little, like they'll look at it front and they'll leave a little piece in, but they'll do it speeded up, so you just get a little sort of like a little fast forwarded section. Some people like that sort of style. I just went through and basically just trimmed down that, and I didn't want so, and then I literally cut, I think 4 or 5 1 minute little clips and interspersed a few little photos. Um, I'm using the software that came with that camera, so it's quite basic. And I don't have at the minute. I don't want to be paying for a service for music. Otherwise, I'd try and find a little music track, and the stuff that's basic with it is just really it's super cheese. So it's like I'll just talk shite over it, which so it's just a case of watching it and then blurting out whatever the hell it is I want to say. But I'll probably watch it a few times, make a few notes to myself, and then just.
It's like
I use a free editing software.
I've tried a few of them. I mean, the Caster one isn't bad for the editing side, and it does.
I use CapCut, which is part of TikTok, and that's a bloody good. I mean, that's what I use all the time.
What's that one called?
CapCut, CapCut.
Yeah, I have that one on here, but I don't know why I don't like it.
It's free, and it's for me. It's very simple to use, and you get free music. It's not the best of music, but it's still free music. I don't really put music on mine, but
I'd say because my audio is so bad, so I've had to turn all the audio off. So basically, you've just got picture, no sound at all. Because even at the lowest setting, it's just a high pitch whine. It's not even a mild bit of sound as you could dull it down. It's just I've cut it all together. So I need to have something in the background. So either me just talking or a little bit of music. I was going to try and find a bit of high DPI sort of music, you know.
You can voice over on the free edition.
Yeah.
Well, if you Slowbo's got the CapCut Pro. I presume he paid for that because it's it is a paid version. Yeah,
and you get voice enhancement and other bits and pieces to go with that.
Yeah,
Isn't it fun though when you come back, you look at it. Sometimes the video's good and the audio's lousy, and sometimes the video's off a little bit and the audio's good. But then you have to try to cut it all together and go.
Yeah. Or you have to go back out again and do the whole ride again.
I don't do double takes.
No. As you were saying before, Jerry, it's not all about the video and the quality and everything else. It's a lot about the personality of the person and what you're hearing and what you. To have somebody sitting there and describing something else and things that happen going along the bike, sometimes that part of it is not massively important or not.
I watched Steve, the extra rider. He has this on his ABR video.
Oh yeah,
just released today, and he does such a good job describing that. It's like I know when I really like something, but I don't know that I could do that like that.
Oh yeah, I wish I could. I can't.
No, he is. He's probably one of the better ones on there, isn't he? What he does.
I was looking at Instagram. There's a couple of Irish lads went over, have small little channels here. But one of the ones he put up, and he lost his bike and his tent for 3 days.
Yes,
because he never took a photo of where he parked, and he even said I wasn't drinking or anything the first night. He went off up to the tents off out for and couldn't find his bike for 3 days. He said the security were driving him around and he was looking for ages.
So I presume he waited until
he waited until the last day. And most people, and obviously his tent and his bike and everything were still exactly. The place was so big. He said next time he'd either pin it on his phone or take a photo. He said he parked up, camped up, went off down to the thing, and then he just said, and that's what he said. He posted, said like 3 days.
How old is he? Like 95?
No, he's probably younger. He's probably younger than me.
Oh wow!
On the big events, they put trackers in the tents so they can find out where they are on their phones.
I couldn't do I couldn't cope with that many people in it.
No, I couldn't.
That's the only thing that would put me off. Is just, I don't do big festivals and I don't do stuff like that because I'm when you get that amount of people, I just be like, oh fuck, I'm out here.
I'm the same.
There was one guy there I liked as seen. I don't know if you guys, you've ever heard of Jupiter's Travels, Ted Simon.
Okay.
No. He's the one that really he started venture.
Let's have a look at that again, Jerry. Jerry, sorry. Let's have a look at that book again so we can get a Jupiter's Travel.
Oh. Ted Simon. He's 4 years old now. But 1973, he went around the world. He spent 4 years going around the world on a Triumph Tiger 500.
Wow.
And no sponsorship like you and him, he didn't have the support crew, he didn't have internet. He had paper maps, but he's very interesting. If you haven't read Jupiter's Travels, you ought to read that. That's great.
I heard of him, but I couldn't remember the guy's name. But I remember reading something about this guy way back in this.
Yeah, he was at the ABR festival, and he's one of the speakers there. And I would have liked to see. I'd like to have seen him. I met Ted about 28 years ago, and he autographed the book for me. But he's really pretty cool guy. I mean, he couldn't even ride a motorcycle. He didn't have a license, and he took off riding around the world.
Wow. That takes some doing that, doesn't it, Jerry, to do something like that? I would love to do something like that, but I don't think I'd ever would.
And on a pre-Hinckley 60s Triumph at that.
Oh yeah. It was the last one that came out of Meridian. It's the last before they closed the factory down. So he had the last bike, and he didn't know anything about mechanicals or anything. He knew less than Itchy Boots did when she started. And she couldn't ride if you ever watched some of her rides when she first started. She was terrible as a rider. Then as you watch her now, she's gotten pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Well, when she first started, she couldn't.
Who you're talking about, Gary? I missed that
Huh?
one. Who are you talking about, the lady?
The Itchy Boots.
Oh, right. Oh, I got
Yeah.
bored with Itchy Boots, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but when she first started riding, she was, you could tell that she was scared going up the hills and stuff like that. Now she just blasts up the stuff. But Steve mentioned in his ABR video that, and I agree with him, that I'd like to. It'd be interesting to me to see some YouTubers with 25 to 75,000 subscribers, have them up there so you could talk to them and ask them questions.
Exactly. It's like Steve was saying. He says better to have some of even the smaller channels up there as well as the
Well,
big.
that's what I'm saying. 25 to 75, at least. That's not to me. That's not small, but it's smaller than 1 million.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Do you not think that a lot of it though is getting a bit stale because it's all the same stuff getting regurgitated?
Yeah, there's a limit to what you can do, isn't there, with it on a bike? Yeah.
Maybe it's just me because I've been watching so many videos, but I'm kind of, certainly with the big channels, it's sort of rinse and repeat with a lot of them.
Yeah, I go in stages. Like I was watching Richie Vita for a good while, and it's not that I've gone off him itself. It's just here's another tourist of it thing, and they can be good, but it's just at a certain point you kind of go, I've kind of seen that. The last one of his that I watched intently was the when he did his solo one to Tunisia, and that might have been about a year ago.
Yeah,
that was I enjoyed that one, and I drop in and out with TMF depending on what he's doing. My favorite one of his, because I've always wanted to go there, is the tour he did of Japan. So that's my favorite one. And at the minute, I tend to watch all the small stuff the lads are doing, and I do a few. And then most of the other stuff I do on YouTube is actually quite a lot of it is non-bike related. It's just other business, or it'll throw stuff in my feed and I'll give it a go.
With TMF though, he spends 5 minutes of his video showing his jeans and his jackets and his helmets.
But I'm sure he's getting
what I'm wearing. Nobody asked you that.
You'll probably find for him, because he's such a big bloody audience, people probably do ask him, mad stuff like that. The thing what was I looking at recently? The other thing I find as well then is, maybe you guys don't find this, now I do. Sometimes either just someone's voice or their mannerism can just doesn't hit you right, and the content could be great, but if the voice or something else sort of rubs you the wrong way, and it's not so much the bike stuff, but some of the other stuff I'm into, and it can just be, even if it's a very monotone sort of voice or other bits, I can find that a struggle, even if the visual.
I understand that's why you don't watch the videos.
Shh, we always watch yours.
That's what mine's like. Well,
how far out are you now from the Bonneville enemy?
Oh, we're less than a month. We're gonna go to Mexico here. I'm gonna leave here about another half an hour. I'm gonna finish working on the bike, and then I think next week we'll go down to Mexico and see what she'll do.
must be nice down there.
You're expecting out of it.
Surprisingly, it's not that hard to get to.
How far ahead are you, or how far behind, sorry, Jerry, are your videos? Because is your Tiger fixed now, or?
No, I just took it. I got back and took it in, put some new Road 6s on there, and it started going, it's like somebody hitting a kill switch or something like that. I did it a couple of times, and when I brought it in, I said, want to take a look at that. So they put the tires on there, and they went for a test ride, and it did the same thing to them. So I think it's the traction control. I don't know if it's a sensor on it, but I told them just turn the traction control off and see if it works without it, and
Did it?
that'll tell them a lot.
Did
But
they try that or not? Or you don't know yet?
I've never had a problem with the Tigers. You know, I've had 4 Tigers and virtually no problems with anything. So I'm sure they'll get it sorted out. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, all bikes have little things every now and then. What's he drinking?
What are you doing, Steve? You turn your
drinking
blinker
more
I
beer.
passed the drink to Nige because Nige's missus has just got him another drink, so I was going to pass mine over.
For a refill.
See if I get
Mine's
that.
empty.
practicing your blinker thing. You know,
I'm still waiting on my whiskey.
I'm on Doom Bar tonight.
Back in a sec.
The whiskey's normally a bit later in the show, isn't it? You normally
I'm-
get that around about 9:30, 9 or something, don't you? I think the whiskey's.
I'm on Bulmer's.
What is
Cider,
Bulmer?
I can't do cider.
Bulmer's vintage cider.
I'm
Oh.
on the good old coffee.
I can't be drinking coffee this time of night,
Why?
Joe. You'll be up all night. You'll be out in the garage cleaning the underneath your motorcycle again.
Oh yeah, I've got to do that, haven't I? I've got to keep it clean. I got the NT dirty today. Well,
Oh.
over the past couple of weeks, I've been getting it dirty. It's clean up for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Howie's on there. Where's Howie at?
How he is,
Yeah,
around.
Howie?
He can't go. He's a bit busy, I think, at the moment. But he's in the side chat, listening away. He's got to keep an eye on us and make sure we're not getting up to any mischief. You see,
He's playing with all his gadgets.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's
He's
testing.
got to clear out his drawers for that new DJI 360, hasn't
He's probably looking at the specs now and putting his order in.
he? He must have 27 cameras in his top drawer.
Which is it's very handy having somebody who's got all the cameras and all the gear. Because if you want to know anything about anything,
Yeah.
I could say, Howie, I've got this mic here and I don't know how to this bit works here, so I've got one of them. Hang on a minute, and he goes in his drawer. He pick one out and he have it, and I say, "Oh, how does this pin come out?" And he'll have a demonstration of how the pin comes out and how that comes
He has
off.
it at his, he has it at his desk.
He has
He's
everything.
ready to go.
Very knowledgeable, isn't he?
I'll have to get him to do my theme music because I was listening to his guitar one the other day. That was a good.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant with his guitar. I'd like to listen to more of it.
He'll probably knock you up a theme tune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I put music on sometimes, but I don't care if I just don't monetize it.
Yeah,
You know.
but I see some people with music, and I think I'd like to put music on mine. But sometimes I see them putting like proper tracks on from.
Yeah, but you get copyright. Is it you get a copyright strike or something like that? Is
No,
it?
it's not,
Yeah,
if you're
as
not
long as you
monetized,
don't make money, you're fine, aren't you?
If you're not monetized, you can stick it on, can you?
you can select not monetized on the video, and it won't give you a copyright strike.
Oh,
You won't make any money, but you won't get a copyright strike.
Even
If
if
you
you put
do
any
make money, then they'll take a cut.
If you do, yes, they'll get the money. You won't get it, but
yeah, but you don't make any money until you got so many subscribers and all the other bits,
Right.
and then it unlocks the money. So I'm about 400 years away from that nonsense.
well,
You have
you can.
1,000 subs, but then you got to class it as a second job, so you got to pay tax on it.
Yeah, I get
oh,
probably
bloody hell,
about
there's always something in there. Hey, bloody tax man.
about 10% of my videos. I don't
40% tax
monetize.
now?
Yeah, I don't monetize any of mine.
No, nor do I. I'm way too many subs too low.
Oh,
You
What
know,
I
you
learned,
guys,
don't
you
care.
guys can do the same thing New Biker did. New Biker was kind of going like this, very slowly. Then all of a sudden, he just took off about 400 subscribers in a month.
you probably got put out a couple of popular videos, probably, or something like that.
I thought so too, but you look at the videos, they weren't.
He was buying them from China.
I was going to say he might have got the same email that Slobo got.
Oh, will they sell you viewers?
At least I only get the emails where me rich uncle in Africa just needs me bank details to transfer
Yeah.
my 6.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice when you get that one, isn't it?
Well,
Talking
only
about
6.5
Chinese.
million Nige. Sorry, Steve.
Talking about Chinese, has anyone seen that Vogue 800 rally?
Very nice.
No, not yet.
It
$7
was,
grand. It's got all the bits and pieces on it, including steering damper,
Were
heated
they-
seats, heated grips.
was that the one at the ABR as well? They got them at the ABR, which they
Yeah.
had. I think he said there was a couple of 25 people he let in or something. Then the queue stopped or something for test riding them.
Yeah, they were queuing up from something like 7 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning.
But they only had a very, very few takers on them, didn't they? Because they
I
shot
think
their,
they only brought 2 over.
yeah. That's what
But that
Steve
looks
was.
very tempting.
Yeah, because I don't think it's on official release yet. Wasn't that sort of
No.
pre-release, or so? There's probably only 2 of them about at the
I think
minute.
that'll give the T7 a run for its money, though.
Well, if you want to,
Howie says he's got about he's up on almost double digits on cameras and stuff.
oh yeah,
Microphones.
he says he's got 6 main cameras, 7 Bluetooth mics, 8 guitars. He used to have 12 when he was in the band. And I'd like to know what band he was in, actually.
And that's just on his handlebars of his bike.
And to keep his feet busy, he's got 20 pedal effects. I don't know how you do any with 20 pedal effects.
And ham radio as well.
And ham radio.
Yeah, I saw the ham radio one. Yeah.
No wonder he's retired. He didn't have time to go to work, did he?
No.
Leanne's just said her 18-year-old boy's the same as Howie.
Oh my!
It's a good way to be, though, isn't it? These days, to technology, it's nice to know what's going on and what's good and how things work.
Yeah, but you realize how stressed Howie's electrical system must be. I mean, the wires must be red hot.
Oh, the room would be hot. Yeah, I guess his room must be quite warm. With all the stuff
I reckon he's got a cable running out of his house up into the street light so he doesn't draw power off his own house.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying about they're getting copyright strikes for some of the videos they're doing with proper music in, like Blake and Paul. And Ron says he even gets copyright strikes when he plays his music himself. But you'll be happy to know that when I sang the other week, I didn't get a copyright strike.
You got a cease and desist.
Yes, we get those.
Cease and desist. Oh, I love it.
I've got pages of videos with music on it, and I never got a copyright strike. As long as it's not monetized, they won't give you a copyright strike.
Oh,
cool.
Is that for any music? Like if I just pick like say,
so if you pick the Eagles, they won't let you use it no matter what. Linda Ronstadt won't let you use it no matter what. But most of the bands will let you use it as long as they get the any kind of money from it.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know the difference between the two, though? Which one you can and can't use?
When you put it up there, they'll tell you it's blocked.
He's got his whiskey.
Yeah.
Well, because I was touring like down in Kerry and stuff, I was just going to put a bit of trad music in the background, and I don't think you can. If you some of the really old trad songs, you can't copyright them. If you know what I mean. A particular version you can, but if you just have like there's so many of them, I can just stick one in. That's done by. Like if I put one done up by a famous band, you'd get struck. But there's so many versions of them that are out there. But it's just a bit of tweedly-eye music in the background, a bit low, because I'm in Kerry, looking at all the fancy country shit.
But what's strange about Dylan, to me, is some of the music may be blocked in Russia or China, and there's no rhyme or reason, some block it.
Yeah, so they'd block it in certain areas, so it might be blocked in one country. I never thought of that, but not blocked in the UK or something.
No, it's not. Most of UK doesn't block videos, music. This Russia, China, where the what was the Voyage, where they're made, they block. Voyage. They block.
Ron just said he said YouTube didn't recognise me as singing. He probably thought I was having a stroke.
The singing you was doing today, it wasn't singing.
I'm
he was going on about something, and I realised he was actually singing along to a track. I couldn't understand a word he was saying.
Slovo's made a comment there. He says he got blocked in Russia for a 4-second clip.
Yeah.
How do you know you've got blocked in a certain country?
It'll tell you when you put it up. When you put the video up, it'll say it's blocked in this country or that country.
Yeah, I missed that 4-second clip. Where did it go? I never saw that one.
That's because you're in Russia.
It tells you.
You must have talked about
the country.
Because have you ever had it where you put a video up with a bit of music and it just silences that bit of music in your video? It leaves your video, but just puts it silences the music clip.
Just said copyright, but they're okay. The original artist is okay with it, so it's let me have it, and that's because it's background music.
Yeah.
So
Even background music could get you sometimes. If you go in like a motorcycle dealership, they're always
Yeah.
playing music. That'll get you if you.
Well, that's a different thing, because with most countries, I know here, and probably the same in the UK. There's the copyright. I remember what it's called, but
Performing arts.
any shop
You'd
that
have a
has a
public
radio
entertainment
playing, yeah,
license.
any shop that has the radio playing music must pay a certain amount of royalty money to. Now, there's a national organisation that does. I can't remember the name because we sticker on the shops.
Performing rights.
Perform right, but then this is why you get all this re-recorded elevator music played in some larger franchises have like their version of. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it
they
wasn't
buy it
there
through
on
some place. So
DJs, isn't it?
it's somebody else's version of popular songs, but it's not that you don't pay on that. You pay less. So say Dunn Stores or whoever it is, Primark or someone that has that, and they're playing the same tune across 500 stores. So if it's been done by John Smith's version of Bohemian Rhapsody, it costs them like 2 pence a year. If it's Queen's, it might cost them 50 quid a year. So they just go right.
Did you just say Primark, Dylan? We're retired. Marks and Spencers, I'll have you know.
Oh, excuse. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, some of us still have to work for a living, Nige.
You speak for yourself.
We go
Right,
to
I'm
pennies.
intrigued. I'm intrigued. On my YouTube, where the comments are coming up, next to people's names, it's got the picture of a crown and
Yes.
#2. What's that?
I don't know. I saw that recently as well. I think it's how many comments you put on. So if somebody's putting like doing a lot of comments, they will get number 3 too. It's how many.
Yeah, it's
how active that
who's got
person
the
is.
highest score in effect. Who's doing the most comments?
Who's doing the most comments? So Howie is top of the range at the moment. Howie, is it Howie?
Because they did an update recently, so you'll see everybody has the @ and your handle comes up on YouTube now. So if your handle is different to your channel name, you'll get a different name pop up.
Slowbo's put in every he's like each word. How many comments? Rolling like a gun.
Yeah, that'll certainly make it.
Lobo on the rails now, and he's going good to firm. He's coming up on the inside.
Only Slowbo would do something like that, wouldn't he?
Hang on, let's kick him out. Let's kick him out.
Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works, because he should be like right up the top, number 1,000,001 or something, wouldn't he?
Well, the difficulty there then is whose channel is he commenting on? Is he commenting on Todd's, or is he commenting on Joe's? And then, so we've two. You'd have 2 leaderboards effectively on.
So who's winning?
Well, how are you on?
On who this is? On your monkey.
So
Monkey Mid Garage is winning on your channel, Nige.
Oh yeah,
Howie's winning on mine.
Yeah.
Stevie Extra Rider, like, hello, it's the Muppet Show here, isn't it?
Talking about you, Steve.
I would say it's more a bit like a university challenge. We have all the guests here who are very informative and knowledgeable on every single subject of motorcycles.
Well, I must be up in Dunce's corner then, if that's the
You're calling us freaks, Joe.
Oh no, we are the best. This is the best channel you could ever want to see.
Did you?
Talking about comment. Right.
Shuffle us around.
I'm getting vertigo up here. Put me back down.
Yeah.
I don't like heights.
We were going to go high today. Go on, Jerry.
Steve got his wife a motorcycle for her birthday.
Isn't he good? Is that what he's going to do? He's very nice, isn't he? Exeter Rider's been out for his wife's birthday buying her a motorbike. I wonder if she knows about it yet.
I got it for you, honey.
Great video today, Steve, on the ABR. I hope you enjoyed it there. You looked very, very busy, as you said. And,
we were just talking about that.
Yeah, very, very busy place to be. So
have you guys decided on your route for your trip in September?
Yeah, I've got the route.
Go north.
Well, I know the route because I'm going to be in the middle of Nige at the front.
Don't follow me. If we're relying on that My Route app and a phone signal, we've had it.
For you. The only thing I want to be worried about is the name of the. We need to get a name of the.
Wow. Tell him, Steve.
Remember, Nige.
Have you got one?
Can you remember?
Have you got one?
No.
The Tour of Faff.
The Tour of Faff.
I think the name of the group will reveal itself during
There's
the
going to be
ride.
no faff.
Oh no, it's gonna
Oh,
be
I think there's going to be plenty of faff.
The
Oh.
Grand Faffage.
Grand Faffage Tour.
Yeah,
There you go.
Grand Faffage. Oh,
You know,
look, old Boots have joined us. Henry,
Yeah.
Miley, good
How are we?
evening.
So I told you I'd forget, didn't I?
Yeah,
You guys ought to get that guy that
I
couldn't
said
find
to
his bike.
Nigel, ask me in 30 seconds, I won't remember.
Yeah, just welcome Old Boots on Tour. Now, Old Boots on Tour, as everybody probably knows by now, if you're watching the channel, not my channel, but Nigel's channel, he had a guest coming over, Old Boots on Tour. They came and Nigel took him around your area, didn't it? And also Steve was with you on that tour.
yeah.
And thank you for popping in, guys. Do appreciate it. It's good to
All
see
the
you.
way from Belgium.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. It was. I just watched your video today when you were in the caves at Cheddar Gorge.
Mm.
Wonderful place, that, isn't it?
The tank museum looked like good fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tank Museum's good.
They were getting carried away with the guns. I was getting a bit worried about them on the guns. They were all at the guns, firing at this and that, and they're really enjoying that side of it. So,
Did you hear Miley when they were in the Jeep and she turned around to Henry and said, shoot him, shoot.
I know, that was funny. Yeah. The thing is, with tours and things like that, you've got to enjoy it, haven't you?
Give up and go to the bar. Sorry.
You've got to enjoy it, haven't you?
The only downside of their whole trip to England and going around Dorset and that with us is when we went to Sammy Miller's Motorcycle Museum. I mean, when those 3 videos come up, I think they're going on the 9th, 10th and 11th. I'm doing them like consecutive days. They wouldn't let your video in there, so it was still shots of the bikes. But I mean, I've split them up into 3 videos because there's over 400 bikes in there. But the biggest downside was I went ass over tit over a wheelchair. So as I walked past, there was a folded up wheelchair up against the wall. My laces on my trainers caught round this wheelchair. I mean, I went down like a ton of crap onto the floor, and I had the camera in my hand, and all I was worried about was don't break the camera. But I mean, it's a shame. I mean, we didn't get it on camera because I think that would have probably been as popular as somebody falling off their bike.
You followed one of those expensive bikes. It might have been.
Yeah, I mean, it was lucky it was a wheelchair, not one of the bikes.
Yeah.
Where is that museum?
In the New Forest.
Okay. Is there a bike museum or a race museum at Donington Park? Or did I imagine that one? Or Silver?
No.
There's one in Birmingham, isn't there? It's got the National Motor. Is it? What do they call it? National Motor Museum, is it?
Yeah.
Birmingham, NEC area.
Motor Museum.
Which is the one that didn't the guy who did all the Haynes manuals? Don't they have a museum as well?
Yeah, that's
Haynes
just up the
Motor
road from us.
Museum, yeah. That's at Sparkford, on the A359, I think it is, not far from Yeovil, really. That's a big place too. There's actually, Dylan, there is a video on my channel of that where I did a walk round in there, and I made Stephen Howie wait. Did I
At least half an hour, but faffing.
Well, I think while you're in there,
Right.
when you got cars of that quality or bikes of that quality, take your time and look at them.
Yeah,
Once you
I'd
get
be
to
the
that
same
meat room, it's
because I'd love to go to some of those, especially if there's some of the new stuff. And then I always said to the wife, if we ever make it to Japan, I'm going to the Honda Museum. I said, you can just leave me there for a few days because I'll spend 3 hours looking at different bolts on one bike and going, ooh, and she'd be bored fucking shit.
There's a couple of smaller museums up north. There's one just outside Scarborough, south of Scarborough. It's got lots of old motorbikes. And there's the one where we're going, up in the lakes. There's one down in the South Lakes, which is car museum as well, but it's got lots of old bikes there.
How's that one?
It's worth a visit.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. There was a motorcycle museum right up in the, I don't know if it was in the Alps or it's in some mountain really high up in the mountains, and it caught fire. I just wondered how that was getting on, because obviously they're looking at rebuilding, but I know a lot of the bikes were damaged in the fire. I can't think where it was though.
Does it ring a bell?
Sure, it was in the Alps.
Yeah, I think over that.
Henry and Miley have just said, still see me falling over that wheelchair.
If you can post, Nigel, while you're there, if you can, I'm just trying to find the link for Old Boots on Tour's channel to stick him in the
Yeah.
banner at the bottom. I can't find it quick enough and transfer it from A to B. But if you do get a moment and you might have got it up somewhere, stick it on there, and we'll stick your channel in the bottom there. So every time we have a live, your channel will appear on our channel.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah,
There you go.
I suggest you find a lad that lost his bike and camping stuff for 3 days and take him with you on the tour. I think he'd be a good leader.
he would do. Yeah, he worked out a solution to find his bike in the end, though, didn't he? He had a
And 3
solution.
days later, I don't think I'd admitted that.
He did find it. So
There you go,
Jerry, Jerry, don't worry about them getting lost. The two Senate and NT boys have got proper sat nav.
Oh,
we may well need that.
Yeah, I do my routes on Google Maps, and I download an offline version to my phone, and then just chuck it up onto the screen as I'm riding along, and I have the little lady talking in my ear. Take the next left. Take the next right. Although sometimes, I don't know if you get it there, but Google here, Irish roads are an interesting thing. But it will say take the next left or continue, and it's not a fucking left, it's the main road, or vice versa. The road actually goes round to the right, and it's actually a left I need to take. But it's just, and then what it will do here is, as far as I'm aware, it calculates the route as the crow flies. So if it sees a quicker road to where you're going, and it'll pop you. But we have these little roads here called boreans, and so it's basically grass up the middle, little tiny frickin' road. So it sent me in at least 2 of them, and on paper that would be quicker, because when I went down this road and I looked at the map, the road is technically you're allowed to go 80 kilometers an hour on it. You'd be lucky to go 30. But it's down as a main road, so Google just goes, oh, that to there is quicker, and it's I don't know if parts of its calculation is the fact that that's an 80 and that's so it's sending me down all these wee fucking tracks, and you maybe do 30 kilometers an hour and not meet a tractor coming the other way. But I don't know if that could be an Ireland only thing.
The TomTom does exactly the same. I was coming up from Hull, and I was going through the Tyne Tunnel, and there's a slip road to the side. Once you get through it, to take you up and over off onto the road. And I knew I just had to stay on this road because I've done that a few times. And this bloody sat nav was trying to take me up and over the junction and through the junction and then back down. And when I was away the other week there, I got some funny places going through exactly the same thing, going through housing estates.
Because I used it last year when I was heading into the head office, and I live in Cavan, and the head office is in Dublin, and I was heading up there, and for the crack I said I'll just throw it on the sat nav because it might just warn me of any traffic. And I'm bumbling up the road, and I'm coming in one of the main sort of thoroughfares into Dublin, and the map is telling me take the left onto the bypass, go right around the city, go through the toll bridge under the Liffey, come out the far side of the city, and then go. And I'm from Dublin, so I know exactly where I want to go. So I was like, fuck that. I got where I needed to get in about 10 minutes. But I know it's taking me mad places when I'm, like, obviously when I'm in Kildare or Kerry or wherever, I don't know where. Now, it never doesn't get me where I'm going, but I'm pretty sure there's bits of road I've gone down, I'm fairly sure if I just went left at that junction, I would have been here 5 minutes fucking earlier. But it's decided to take me through this industrial estate and around some mad stuff just because it's decided that's half a second quicker. But
sometimes the sat navs will take the shortest route, even though it's the longest route. It'll take the shortest miles, even if it's through all the traffic.
Yeah.
Sat navs
It
are really
sounds
only.
like you're talking like some of our main roads down here, because most of ours have got grass in the middle, haven't they?
That's a proper road.
And there's 60-mile-an-hour limits.
Yeah, well, I mean, them roads we did today, wasn't it? We made a point of purposely stay into the tiny back roads. I mean, a lot of them you think you're driving up somebody's garden path, but I mean, some of the villages we went through today, weren't they, that we'd never been to before?
Absolutely stunning, weren't they?
Yeah. I'm sure that
Right
lady
up
that
to-
come out the church thought we were going to mug her, though.
why is it though? You've got grass in the middle of the road at 60, but when you hit the 30, the grass stops, and it's a lovely village. It's like, the
because they do
village can afford tarmac, but the road getting to it can.
Yeah, because the people in the village will complain that the road's not in good condition and the speed limit's too high and everything else, and they want their thing perfect, but they're not interested in anywhere else or any other places.
I don't think all day we broke a speed limit, did we, Nige?
No.
I don't think we even got to the speed limit today, did we?
We have
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'll have to blur a couple of bits or change camera view.
I
Oh, we-
thought it
I
was
want
a
to
very
ask
relaxed ride.
Alex on his trip to Norway. In Norway, the one's real strict to the speed limits.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, they've got cameras everywhere. I didn't see that many cops. There weren't that many cops, but you can never take a chance because they'll find you there and then. But
Yeah.
the speed limits are really quite low in Norway and
Yeah.
Denmark.
I was watching Freddie Dobbs the other night, and one
Yeah.
of there was only a group. Obviously, the first one got done, not everyone else, which was nice. €700 fine.
Yes, for 10 over. For 10 over.
It's
Going
like
60 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
in what was I watching in Switzerland? They'll charge you a percentage of your yearly earnings
oh, yeah.
as your fine. So you do not fucking speed there. But I suppose it's
I-
technically. I suppose in one way it's very balanced, because if you earn 40 million, you're going to be paying a hell of a lot more than the lad who earns $4,000 a year. So because it's done on a set percentage. But
Yeah.
like if you've got big money and you get stopped over there, they're going to charge you 1% of your yearly.
They can charge me. I'm not paying.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, that's the thing. But they
they'll take you to a cash machine.
yeah, they'll escort you.
Oh,
But we're getting the thing here now. They're actually reducing the speeds on a number of the roads. Now, in fairness, like most of it is these tiny country roads that are rated at 80 kilometers or 100 kilometers an hour, and you shouldn't. I mean, the road you'd be barely fit one vehicle up it. So they're actually making the effort to go around to roads and reduce. Now, some sections of road are being reduced to 80, others have been left at 100 because they've just, like, there's a section not too far from us, and they've just spent a couple of million widening the road and straightening it out and adding in big runoffs. So they've left that at 100 because there's nice, gentle curves, all new surfaces, big hard shoulder, and another, 10 or 12 feet before the fence. So they've left that at 100 kilometers an hour, but then some of the other sections they're reducing them to 80, and then some of the country lanes they're reducing them to around 50 kilometers. But you shouldn't be, like, you couldn't. Well, technically, I suppose you can go fast on them, but you'd be bloody taking your life in your hand.
yeah, but Switzerland, I mean, what do they want the money for? They need more bunkers or something? They got bunkers for everybody.
Well, all that Nazi gold is going to run out eventually.
I didn't realise how much he got stung. I know he got stung, but yeah, I didn't realise it was that much.
It's huge.
So if you're poor and you've got no money whatsoever, you can speed as much as you like. You won't be able to pay any fines.
They'll just take the bike off you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
they do in other
telling you.
countries. They'll take the bike off you, or they'll if you don't pay cash, they'll
They
confiscate.
better follow me very closely, Dylan, because I'm leaving Switzerland very quickly.
Yeah. But I think the other thing as well with some of them, at one point, I don't know how it is now after Brexit, but at one point, Ireland and England had the only, as far as I know, in the world, or one of the only ones in the world where if you sped in Ireland and you were from the north and England, you would get a ticket, and vice versa. But I think it went out the window when Brexit came in. But it was one of the first ones in the world where they'd cross border for for tickets and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'd say I'm not too far from the border here, and you'd see if I'm hooshing on road, usually when some fucker pulls out and goes horsing up the road, massively over the speed limit, there's usually a Northern Ireland or an English reg on it, because he knows he's not going to get, unless he gets pulled in at the time. The speed cameras and things mean nothing, because he's not from there.
That's the case. That's the case now, Dylan. You if you do it in Europe and you don't get stopped and it's just a camera, there's nothing you can do for it because it's UK. They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to come and look for your address.
Yeah, but they will, because I'm a European reg. I'll get something in the post.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ireland you will.
But as soon as I cross into Northern Ireland or head over to England,
You're fine.
I'll just do wheelies everywhere until
Yeah.
Do you see what Andy said? He said he got up to 6,000 pounds in fines in Switzerland.
Jesus.
After 3 years, it was squashed.
So avoid Switzerland.
Wow. That's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I have to go. I'm going to start working on the motorcycle here. But Nige, are you going to leave my photo off of this one because I'm leaving early? Just thought I'd ask.
No.
He'll just charge a full price on your next camera.
We'll see you guys. I'm going to
See
go.
you later, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, have a good one.
Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Cheers, Jerry.
Bye.
See you later, Jerry. Take care.
The one thing I would say about when you do go on foreign tours, you don't really want to go bombing anyway. You want to watch.
No, you want to see all the scenery. And
You want to have a look around. But I'll say to you, an awful lot of the locals didn't bother their backside speeding. A lot of them were up my chuff. A lot of them way past me and shooting down the road. So
They know where all the cameras and things are, though, don't they?
but if they've got mobile guys out there or police cars sitting about.
Well, it's like when you're away from home and you're doing a trip, you don't want to be getting your bike confiscated and sit in the middle of fucking France or Germany or somewhere twiddling your thumbs.
They do, don't they? They do confiscate the bike.
They will, or if you don't come up with the cash, they'll confiscate, and then you're stuck wherever you. So you're better off just bumbling along.
Yeah.
Also, if you're on tour, you want to see stuff. If they want to go past, let them go past, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Andy's got the right idea.
Just got to let the puppy out for a pee.
Yeah.
All right.
Andy's got the right idea. He was saying in one of his other videos, he's got doctored number plates. When you go over abroad, you change number plates straight away when you get off the ferry, and don't let them have your registration number.
Yeah.
Although there's a couple of countries, somebody said that if you travel through certain countries, they'll do you if your number plate's wrong.
Yeah, they will. They can check it.
If we all get, now Nige is gone, if we all get Tojj29 number plates, we'll be fine.
Exactly. Good idea, that actually. Yeah, we should do that, shouldn't we? Get on number plates and stick them on the back and all ride along with the same number plate. Ask the nearest speed.
He's going to watch this back now, isn't he?
Yeah.
See what he's missing.
We can say anything about him. Now he's not here.
Superb.
Let's take
So you guys, when you guys are doing your trip, is it just sort of essentially like he's going like from Scotland down and up and down, or what's the plan now?
Me and Nige are going to start from Dorset and go into Wales for one night, and then we're going to head up through the Forest of Bowland to the lakes where we're meeting up with Joe and Alex.
Yeah.
And I think Ron might be coming, is he?
I think he is. Yeah. I think Ron's coming.
So we got 4 nights based in a caravan, self-catering caravan there in the Lake District. And then we're going to do Lake District, Yorkshire Dales, South Pennines, I think.
And you're coming back
through. And then from there, we're going to head up to up through North Pennines into Scotland, Kielder Forest, back down to Northumberland where we got a Premier and booked. And then we're going to ride down through from there through the Peak District down to Ripley where we got another Premier book. But Alex, you're going to head up from Bishop Auckland, aren't you?
I'm going to leave those guys at Bishop Auckland. I'm just going to head back. That's
and then for the one in the Lake District, they're kind of going to base in one place and go out and do trips from there for a couple of days.
Yeah, we got an 8-berth caravan booked, 3-bedroom.
Oh, that'd be good.
So, and it works out £50 a head for the 4 of us, which is like ridiculously cheap for 4 nights, Monday to Friday. I can't believe you guys haven't tried it before.
Well, they're only, they're not all retired, only newly retired. Some of them.
You're not retired. I'm not still bloody working for a living.
Yeah,
I've only been retired 5 years. That was a break.
I haven't been in Scotland in years, and I was looking at going for another trip over there, but I think the time I was looking, it's just the accommodation was bloody mental. It's gone very touristy.
Whereabouts in Scotland do you want to go?
Years ago, I went over myself on my Blackbird, and I went up to Is it fucking hell? Fort something?
Never heard of
Fort William, up around Loch Ness, up to Inverness, across the mountains there, back around.
that. Over
So more up, sort of up that sort of stage, because I can go up north and take the ferry across. Is it Stranraer or one of those lands? You just basically you're right off the bike, and like within 10 yards you're on the main road,
if you come off
and then you
the
just follow.
ferry
I followed that around.
Stranraer,
I followed that around the coast, and then I took a wee ferry across into a national forest, and from there I went up to Fort William and stayed the night there, and then from Fort William I went up to Inverness, and the day of going up to Inverness, I'm crisscrossing this lake all the time, and it's, Jesus, this is a very big lake. I wonder where I'm not thinking it's obviously fucking Loch Ness because Inverness is
isn't it? Yeah.
up the fucking top of it.
If you want to do sort of central Scotland and do loops out each day, there's a Park Dean holiday park, which is Tummel Valley.
All right.
So what you can do, you can shoot out north, south, east, and west from there.
Yeah.
They're a little bit. They're very reasonable, but they're still a little bit more expensive. But if you want to do Dumfries, Galloway, and the west coast, the southwest coast, you've got Craig Tower, which is a haven site. And I think I looked there, and it was something like £89 for a midweek break.
Oh, I must look at stuff like that. Yeah, because I was looking more hotel-y B&B stuff. And it was
I don't know,
expensive.
Alex. Do you know Craig Tower Holiday Park at all? It's not got the best of names.
But as long as my bike isn't getting nicked and I'm not getting stabbed, I'm doing all right. You know what I mean?
Try always phone them, but try and get a silver caravan, and then you get your own parking bay outside your unit.
Yeah, I must actually think about that now in future because, like I said, if you want to see a lot of stuff, I'd like to do it on a little bit of a budget, and see bits because it's been a good few. I mean, fuck me, that's before I met my missus, and we're together 20 years, so it's a long time since I was over that way. And I've been to Wales a couple of times. It was mostly passing through. We used to go to MotoGP when it used to be on in Donington. But we'd purposely go up through Snowdonia and take the twisty roads through the mountains rather than the motorways because it's just lovely.
If you want to be by the coast, you've got to pick a haven site.
Yeah.
If you want to go more inland, then it's Park Dean. But I mean, you're only talking £100 in it. You know what I mean, for the whole midweek.
Yeah.
This is why we have Steve sorting out all the accommodation and the routes, because he knows all the places to go. He knows all the people.
Cheaper options.
Contact, yeah.
I think your title is travel consultant, Steve.
Travel consultant.
Yeah, we call them type bastards down here.
Trouble is, I've spent years working on holiday bikes, so it's a busman's holiday for me, isn't it?
Andy wouldn't be seen dead in a caravan, I don't think, or a tent. He'd have to have a 5-star hotel.
You've probably got more chance to get him in a gold caravan or maybe a platinum, but definitely not in a tent.
I don't do tents myself. I did loads of camping in my youth, and fuck that now. So you've been out for a couple of hours a day on a bike. I don't want to be lying on a fucking rubber mat that thick in a fucking sleeping bag on the hard ground. No,
You've got the wrong gear. That's it. I've got a nice cot with a nice air mattress on top there with an R rating of 4.5. I'm snug. I'm lovely.
You'd have to bring all that. Whereas if I turn up at like a hotel-y place, they've made the bed for me. It's got a shower, and I'll just go in and go.
I tell you what,
I get up the next morning.
And they might even make your food for you.
They do make your beds for you in a caravan nowadays.
That's true. But the same caravan's the same. But it's not a tent. So I'm good.
All beds
you
are made
see
up
that
nowadays.
what Leanne said? Silver Sands in Lossiemouth's a great park if you want northeast Scotland.
Yeah, Lossiemouth's a great.
Isn't that a Park Dean one or Park Resorts?
Don't know, but it's a Lossiemouth itself's a nice little place.
Yeah. Put that
Oh,
on the list,
brilliant. Brilliant. Look, Andy said he went to the castle where they filmed Where Eagles Dare. What's all calling Danny Boy? Great film, wasn't it?
well, you know, the Old Boots on Tour contacted you to have a tour of the South, didn't he, Nige? Well, we've got contacts here on this channel in the North, the East, everywhere, wherever you want to go. Yes. We've got contacts. We know all the places. I don't know all the places down here, but we've got people in the North. Good people to know.
Yep.
There've been
Old slow bowler. I got nothing important to say. I just want to maintain my lead.
yeah, or maintain his dominance mainly, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really, he just wants dominance.
Slobo, you've got to do it on both channels, both on Joe's and Nigel's channels to get top dog on both.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah, because the other one I'm looking at
Don't
doing
encourage him.
is traveling to France next year, and the debate is whether to spend 8 hours driving across England or just to get the overnight ferry from Ireland into across, where you basically sleep on the ferry. Money wise, they're roughly the same,
Yeah.
because you obviously got to factor in your ferry across the Holyhead, drive down across, and then get to Dover. Is it Dover? Where's the wee train? Is that in
The
Dover?
Eurotunnel.
Yeah.
The Eurotunnel,
Eurotunnel.
and across there, and
Yeah.
then stay somewhere, and then go spinning. So it's kind of like, how much driving do you want to do?
Depends if you like
Me and
that.
Nigel were looking at the Picos, and by the time we priced up the ferry, which is cheaper from Portsmouth to France, but then you got your petrol and accommodation to get down to Bilbao or Santander, it's actually cheaper to take the boat from Plymouth to Santander.
Well, yeah, you're expert on that sort of trip.
Only by about 20 or 30 quid, but it's still cheap. I mean, accommodation down there was about £45 a night, wasn't it?
Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. Ever since I got to the ripe old age of 32, I'm getting these hot flushes.
I'm getting a hot flush now. I'm thinking of how much I'm going to have to pay when I get to 2 hours because we're running out of time now.
You're all right. You got 24 minutes yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of the ferries from here, if you're booking one or two of the ferries, yeah, if you're doing the overnighter into France, you have to book a cabin, and then the sort of bit. And if you want to eat anything, so by the time you've added all the packages together, it was like fuck. But then after last weekend, I'm going to have to get the comfort seats for the bike, because the 1,000 kilometers in a short period of time, yeah, the seat's all right, but it's not. I wouldn't put. I think I tried to do too many miles in the one day, just because we have a thing here called the Irish Photo Rally, and they've 24 points around the country, and if you photograph your bike at all of them, you get a gold star, and I think it's 20 you get silver and 12 you get a bronze. But it's just somewhere to go, and I think that there's a dinner in January, people meet up. But we got all the furthest ones from us last weekend, but in order to get them done, stop you. The dog is trying to get out. In order to get them done, I think we nearly did like a 10-hour day on the bike. It was like fucking hell, it's hard going. So literally we're stopping, taking a photo, having a quick, and within 10 minutes we're back on the bike and gone again. So we're going at the end of this month, but the route is smaller, and we can be at the B&B by say 6 o'clock that evening, which means you can have a dinner and a drink and chill and take some time, go for a walk, whatever it is.
As Andy said, then it's not just
Colin, I would say take the ferry rather than go across country if it's
save the time.
Cost. It'll be shitty roads driving across.
Yeah, and then like that, you'd be fucking wrecked when you get there.
Yeah.
At least, you stick on the ferry, you have a bit of a sleep. But it'll be kind of fairly refreshed, because I'm going to be doing plenty of miles when we get there.
Slobo is not going to stay. He says he's won, but he's going, so he's got to get up at 4 a.m. So I think he hasn't won, but he says he's won, and I think that's the way he's going to keep it. He's going to. He's always in fun. Anyway. Yeah, thanks, Slobo. Appreciate it. See you next time. Cheers. Yeah, so I'm going to slowly wrap this stream up in about. What I'll probably do this time, I will mention.
You got 22 minutes yet.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to mention all the people who have been on the stream so far, and then we'll continue until the final hour. So that's the best way to do it. So before I forget, before I get it all wrong, I'm going to mention everybody who's been on the stream today, and I'm going to start off with Lily Northover, because I haven't wrote him down on this list, and then I'm going to go to thanks to everybody else who's come to the stream, which is Teach on a Bike, Monkeywood Garage, Leanne Cameron, Balatron, Andy GSA, Very Strange Bikers, Motto Tour Island, Old Boots on Tour, first time, thanks for coming in, Blake's Pipes, Slobo Lobo, Howie 702, Exeter Rider, Pecos Paul, BMC Moto UK, Tolga, Ted said Ted Simon there. That was the book, wasn't it? What's his name? Jerry was on about Andy GSA Tractors, Strange Fruit Bikers, and Cavan Honda Rider. Now, thank you for coming along. And what I've also done here on the banners here, I put a banner here, which is where is it? This one here. Also want to thank the panel guests today. We've had Nige. Nige, are you still here? Yeah, we've had Nige. Nige's been here. We've had Jerry, the Flat Cap Cafe Racer. He's disappeared early, but thank you for coming along. We appreciate that. We've had Alex from the Adventures of Billy Review. We've had Steve, the Dorset Rider. And we've also had Dylan from Cavan Honda Rider. I think that's everybody, isn't it?
And the sidekick.
And we've got another. Who's that person we've got on? We've got to give him a mention. What's his name?
This is Cody.
And we've also had Cody on the stream tonight as well. Thank you for coming along, Cody. We appreciate that. So I'll give everybody a mention, and we've done all that. So let's continue and get our money's worth out of this stream. Even Mox.
Yes, 20 minutes and counting.
Carry on. Sorry about that, but I had to do it, otherwise I'd forget. You know me. This is terrible. Right, where were we? Slowbo's gone. Yeah, he's given up already. Exeter Riders saying it's a great stream, lads. Yep, we always try to have our best and have a bit of fun on here, don't we? We don't take things too seriously here. Not most of the time, anyway.
No.
There's a whiskey delivery.
He's not a second one, surely. He's already had one.
Yeah. I reckon he got his own distillery downstairs. He's got his own still, a bit of moonshine.
I've got my own standing order for the whiskey. So,
Well, you were all impressed when my wife said, "Did I want another cup of coffee?" So she took my big pot noodle cup, my pride and joy, because it holds a pint of coffee, and then threw it on the floor and smashed it to bits.
oh bugger!
What Andy's saying here as well, ring Brittany Ferries, book a hotel and save 30% on the sailing. So,
Okay.
You know that? That's a good tip. Saves you 30%.
And it will save you staying in one of them nasty tent things as well.
Yeah, I think
the
the ferry from Ireland to France is something like a 12-hour job, or no, it's even longer. It's 14 or 15 hours. So you have to have a part of it. You have to have a cabin, but obviously they charge you more for the fancier cabins. I'm like, well, fucking, I don't need a window. I don't go. Just give me a fucking bed.
Anyway, before I forget, old two Boots on Tour, thank you for popping in. Really do appreciate it. It's good to see you. We keep an eye on your channel. I've put your name in the banner on the bottom of our stream, just so you know, so people see that every time we have a live. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one, hopefully. So we've also got, was it Andy saying here, we look like the cast of Game of Thrones. Do we need to get any sort of weapons and things to look like that or anything?
You keep your weapon away, you bugger. We look like a box of eggs along the top now.
I know. Only half a box of eggs.
The thing is that there are people with hair on the bottom.
One.
Oh dear. Oh, we do have a good laugh, don't we?
I agree with Blake. Eggs, sandwiches, get on with it. Take
Yeah,
your own
like
food.
Lily just said, he'll get bunged up.
Yeah. So what's going on?
That'll be the discussion for the next time. What's your preferred sandwich to pack for your road trip?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do a full
sausage roll and pasty. That's my favourite.
I have to work out what I'm going to take with me on this tour, in what food I'm going to take with me, what clothes I'm going to take with me, how many bags I'm going to have on the back.
Steve came up with a brilliant thing today. You found these shirts in you that wash quick and dry quick.
Oh, self-iron?
Ah.
Yeah, I literally have a shower, wash them in the shower, hang them up, they're dry in the morning. I literally need to take 2 T-shirts and 3 pairs of boxers because they're washable as well.
What are they made of?
I do that with my ghoulies. Wash them in the shower. They normally dry by the morning.
Boxers are made of bamboo.
And that's without taking them off now.
Can I take one shirt and I only iron the front of it all the time? Saves a bit of time. If I turned around here, it'd be all creased and dodgy at the back of it. This is the only bit I've ironed the front of it. That's all you're going to see, isn't it? So it doesn't make any difference, does it?
Doesn't matter at all. No.
Oh,
No,
dear.
these are just like cheap moist. I think I paid £3 out of Decathlon, and then moisture wicking quick drying t-shirts.
Yeah. You don't think we're going to get wet anyway? We're going to have a. It's not going to be raining or anything like that, is it?
For sweating.
Right.
It's for
It's
taking
more
the
for sweat.
sweat
The
from
heat.
your
It takes
body.
the sweat away from your body. They usually
Yeah.
say
Freaking
get
t-shirt.
a summer base layer, because what it'll do is it'll take the sweat away. Because if you don't wear that, then your t-shirt just gets all
Yeah.
sweaty and uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and you get.
I've used them for the last couple of years. They're brilliant.
I did
I
notice
just
when I.
literally wash them, wring them out, roll them in a towel, stand on it, hang it up, and it's dry in the morning. No, nothing else. So a couple of t-shirts will last you a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always got. Yeah, but you've always got clean clothes to put on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I tell you what, top tip for on your tour: if you go for breakfast and it's a buffet, make rolls for lunch. Take them away.
Yeah,
Now, who's
good idea.
who's going to be doing our buffet in the mornings? That's what I want to know. Because if you're doing the buffet in the mornings, make sure you make me breakfast rolls, dinner rolls, and evening rolls all in one go.
Even Tesco meal deal.
Remember, guys, I'm going to be bringing black pudding down. So
Wow. I think we know where that's going
You
to
bring
be.
some white pudding as well.
We're going to have a frying pan.
white pudding. I'll
So
be bringing white pudding.
me and I thought we'll have a nice breakfast bap in the morning, cooked in the caravan.
Yeah.
We'll eat out for lunch, and then we'll stop off for a microwave meal for the evening.
We do live highly in luxury, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
£7.50.
you can hit the local Asda and fill up one of the top boxes, whatever the
Yeah.
microwave
I
meal.
was wondering how much money to take with me. I think I'm only going to take £5. This should last the full week, shouldn't it?
At least.
This is
You're
what I
going to have to take enough for 5 of us, Joe.
Before we go out the
Let's
stream,
make it a tenner then.
before forgetting about the stream, we've got to somehow decide a name for the stream. If we decided how we're going to do that, we're going to have a powwow and chat about it and make up a name, because I did a video today, or was it yesterday, and I called it the No Name Tour because I couldn't think of anything else to call it because it hasn't got a name.
Yeah,
So we're going to work on that this week. Do you reckon we have a name by the end of the week?
That. There's a lot of good suggestions.
Right.
Yeah.
If anybody's got any suggestions before we get out of the stream, put some suggestions in the comments so we don't forget what they are. Comments for the name of the tour that we're going to have to go up north to the lakes and Pennines with various people from various directions, from the north, from the south, from the east. So try and make them clean and clean and simple is probably what we're looking for, isn't it? Something it's just catchy, like Tour 2025.
Yeah, I like a play on the words of faffing. To be honest with you, I think that's the best one so far.
Right.
I think
That's
there's
going to be
a
the
lot of
key thing for the week.
Yeah, because it'll be by the end of it, nobody will be speaking to each other. There'll be
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see a video of us all together happy on the first day, and as we go through, we all meet up every day, and as the days go longer, see how the mood changes.
How about five fall out on the Lake District tour?
We really need Howie there because I think Howie's the biggest faffer from what I've seen in the videos. But
I'm sure. Well, I've seen plenty faff from Steve and Nige. Plenty. Don't you worry about microphones being left out.
Wait for the next video. We've got it nailed this time.
Yeah.
All the faffage is over.
You reckon you could do a video without any faff at all? Without editing? Yeah?
Oh, wait for Nigel's next video.
It's not going to happen. I don't believe you.
It is. It happened today. We had no faffage at all.
Nigel have to keep a running tally of indicators over the tour.
Oh, we had plenty of that today.
See who's the winner.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to. Yeah.
Howie, no, he's not.
No, he's not. No, I think Howie does a good job. He's
I'm
he just
glad
wants.
I'm glad you're paying attention to Howie.
He's still here, isn't he? He's still keeping an eye on us.
I tell you what cracked me up was when we was outside the Devonshire Arms, and then after all that faff, we said, "Right, we ready? Yep. Oh, I need a pee now."
Classic line.
Well, that's not very first, anyway.
Oh,
In fairness, we did have at least an hour head start on him, didn't we?
yeah. Yes, to be fair, we were all geared up, ready to go, weren't we?
Yeah.
I must say, did I mention Exeter Rider before on my list? Can somebody just screen back and see if I play the video back before it finishes and check if I mentioned Exeter Rider there?
You
I
just
think I
mentioned
did.
it. You just mentioned them now.
Yeah, you just
Listen
mentioned.
now, brilliant. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, see, I like that. You're organised. You are.
Steve,
Right, I'm going to close the stream in about 5 minutes, if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Everybody, I
gents.
know I don't have work tomorrow. I just thought I'd rub it in. I don't have work tomorrow. That's why I've left the stream go on for an extra hour. But you know, I'll shut it 5 minutes early to pretend that I'm going to get up in the morning and go to work. So
I've only just seen this. Look, Andy sent me that earlier. He said, ready for the live stream.
1 second. I can't see that. Are we?
That's a
he's
pint.
going to need more than one.
Oh, well, what's it say on it? Does it say something or not?
No, it's just beer.
Koenig Ludwig Wiesbier.
Oh yeah, we'll have some of that.
He's in Fussen, Bavaria.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Very
Definitely.
nice too.
Again,
Yeah. And why not? The thing is, if you're going on a tour, you want to go and enjoy yourself, don't you? If you go and you go camping and you're not enjoying it, and it's not the right thing to do. But if you go on a tour and you're doing something you like, if you like camping and stuff, it's fine. Depends what you
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Right, we'll see you. We'll see you, Lily Northover. Have a good evening.
Cheers, Lily.
good night.
So I'm going to say thank you very much to Nige, Tojj29. Is that right? Yeah. Alex
That's
from the
it.
Adventure Blair review. Dylan from I forgot your blooming channel now. Dylan, wait, don't
Honda
say it.
Rider.
Kevin
Kevin.
Honda Rider. Yes, sorry. I have a problem with my memory and things, and I forgot your name, Steve, the Dorset Rider. Yeah, that's the one. And I'm obviously time to go. Hope you haven't got my name. But anyway, thanks to everybody for coming. I really do appreciate your time and your presence here. It's been fun this evening. I've enjoyed every minute. And thanks to everybody in the side chat. I'm going to close the stream. Have a very good evening, everybody, and enjoy the week ahead.
You two guys have fun.
Bye for now.
Take care.